It's a coffee chat without coffee. This is water. Um, my dad died, so I have been off YouTube for a month. You can see my hair is a mess. Today is the first day of spring quarter at the college where I teach. Um, and it is almost 6 p.m. and I am just getting off, and I'm only a half-time professor. Um, it's it's oh my gosh, the technology. Anyway, um, I found out that um, adjunct faculty where I teach do not get any bereavement. Um, it was quite a shock to me. Actually asked before Dad passed away, and um, and I was stunned. And we are allowed one sick day per quarter. And unfortunately, I had to take mine already because I had woken up one day about a week before Dad took a bad turn. And uh, I had whatever stomach bug is going around, and it's like, "Ooh, well, I can take the day off or I can vomit on my keyboard." Ah, sorry if that's TMI, but so I had already taken my one day, and then we were hoping, he'd rally. He did not. We did get to uh, go visit with him after he took a bad turn, and I actually taught one of my classes from my dad's back porch because they have put in a huge back porch that's like the size of excuse me. Oh my gosh. I mean, it's bigger than most people's living room, right? My stepmother is Sicilian, so they're thinking like big Italian kind of thing. There's like a whole outdoor kitchen at one end, and it's covered, and it kind of looks like an Italian, um, you know, I don't know the word, plaza, piazza, anyway, something like that, right? So I taught from out there. And then um, he ended up passing away a couple of days later. And um, I, at, I mean, it's almost 6 o'clock. I mean, it's like he passed away like at 6:10, 6:20, something like that. I had to log in for class first thing the next morning and teach anyway. And I do my classes from the Native American Circle. We greet each other every class period. We ask how everyone is doing. I actually adjust my instruction for the day based on, are there three or more students who had insomnia, or there's something else going on, right? They need a lighter instructional schedule for the day, right? Or are they feeling really energized and they're just like, load me up on content? I'll actually add something and then make the last day of the week a lighter um, instructional schedule. Um, but, and they're like, how are you doing? And I said, my dad died, and burst into tears. And I felt so sorry for my students, because there's nothing that they could do, right? But um, they came together and really helped me. They worked out a solution for me. and figured out a go around for because I couldn't see what to do, right? Um, they're absolutely fantastic. Um, and one of my students got the Native American Student of the Year award out of thousands and thousands of Native American college students in tribal schools and in non-tribal universities across the country. One of my students got Native American Student of the Year. Um, so I'm really proud of her. Oh my gosh. I thought she was nuts. This quarter, she had 6 classes. But anyway, eh, they all came together for me. They were very supportive. I have to say, Dad passed in his sleep, and I'm so thankful he did not drop dead from a stroke like my mother did. That was terrible. And then we had the funeral, um, which was not the day I thought it was going to be, but Dad was in the Marine Corps, so there was, they had to do stuff for the honor guard, and then there was their their pastor came and spoke, and then I did the Seminole thing because I have to because I'm the youngest daughter. Um, the Culturally, it's expected that the oldest daughter is going to be experiencing such profound grief that they're not going to be able to do all the cultural stuff that needs to be done. And it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. Um, because you've got to pass out beads to everyone who shows up. So I just about burnt my fingertips off making um honor necklaces. That one doesn't have one. I was going to show you, but I don't have one. It has like a leather thing that goes around here and the sinew, and you have to melt it on there, and then you've got all the beads. Anyway, so I ended up having to take spring break as my bereavement. Um, I didn't get as much spring cleaning done as I had originally been planning to. I mostly used it as therapy, to clean and think. I think better when I'm cleaning, and process and all that. And it doesn't look like it behind me, but my room is actually uh, more tidy, more organized, and substantially more dust free. Um, we went yesterday and put up the spirit house. Traditionally, you're supposed to do that over the grave at the time of burial, but my stepmother was fairly distraught. So my stepbrother and I decided that it needed to wait, and we had to reschedule it a couple of times because there were issues going down there. This whole time, my car has been in the shop since February the 17th. Right now it's the computer is on the East Coast, and I'm hoping it comes back soon. They're actually having to clone a whole new computer because when the person who owned it before me took it in to the dealer to have the Volkswagen diesel retrofit thing done, it damaged the sensor on the computer that sends the error codes. And it was saying all kinds of weird things were wrong with it that were not wrong with it. It's horribly expensive though. I'm looking at a 6 grand repair bill. It's still cheaper than buying another car. This one's paid for, obviously. But today is the first day of classes, as I said, and I have been on the computer all day. mostly because of technical issues. I was up until past midnight last night. I could not get Canvas to do what it was supposed to. And I finally just had to publish them the way that they were. And then just log in today and apologize to the students. You can tell voice is my voice is already starting to go, and I usually don't sound this bad until Friday of the first week. You can tell how long it's been since I did a YouTube video because look how much longer my hair has gotten. But excuse me, in a month we will go to back down to my dad's and help my stepmom load the spirit house into the back of the truck so that uh, we can take it over to my dad's farm and we can install it in the memorial garden that she has set up in the front. And that's not much of a coffee chat update, but it's about all I can deal with right now. And I wanted to record something as long as I still had my setup on for class. And it also helps me, these are new headphones, it helps me listen back and see how good the microphone is in this thing. I appreciate your feedback and the comments on that. Um, and hopefully this weekend I can get some other videos done and uploaded and kind of get back on track. It is really hard moving on. Last Thursday before in service, I was in the bathroom crying because there's nothing like the academic calendar to let you know the passing of time. And I started crying yesterday too when we put up the spirit house because that's another step in letting go. So be kind to yourself, get some sleep. Don't forget to drink your water. All right.